Hey challengers, it's Leave. I am so excited. I have a really cool thing to share with you. If any of you have been watching my videos, you know that I've been struggling a little bit with being a planner and needing to let go and just trust that I don't need a specific plan for all of my desires to come to fruition. That's hard for me. And so I had actually outlined a whole plan for where I thought the money would come from for the new company that I'm going to start. And I still think that it's very important to take that action, that you can't just sit back and just wait, but that you actually, once you've put the desire out there, need to do a little bit of work to help bring that into your life. But the key is that you never really know where it's going to come from. So today I got a great example of that. It is almost like the universe just said, okay, Leave, do you really need a good example of how we can, the universe can make something happen and you have no idea how it can happen? Then here you go. So here's the story. I've been working in corporate America for almost a decade, and when I got into my original job, this guy hired me. He was a big executive, and he was not with the company very long. So I only worked with him for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and quite honestly didn't have a ton of interaction, but I knew that, he liked my work. And then he sort of just disappeared. Like, nobody even knew really what had happened to him. It was a kind of a bizarre situation. And so I really haven't known where he's been for the past 9 years and didn't really give it much thought. Well, my dad works in the nonprofit sector, and today had a meeting in New York. We live in Minnesota, and it was a brainstorming session with a bunch of philanthropists and, bazillionaires on how to raise money for nonprofits. Well, this old boss of mine was in the meeting. What are the chances of that? So I knew that that was going to happen. My dad did see his name in advance, and I said, well, you can, mention my name, but I don't know if he's going to remember me. But, just out of curiosity, see what he says. Well, my dad called me today. He mentioned my name to this old boss, and immediately the guy apparently just lit up and said, oh, she was my best hire, she was super creative, she brought new life into the organization, and just tons of compliments, which is always nice to hear. And so I said, well, Dad, I'm sure he just said that because you're my dad, and, he wants to be nice. And my dad said, well, yeah, but then in this huge meeting, this old boss stood up and told everyone that a decade ago he had hired the daughter of this guy, my dad, and apparently went on to say what a great job I had done back then and how creative I am, and that they should hire me to do some of their creative development. Hello! I haven't even talked to this guy in 9 years. And what are the chances that my dad would be in a meeting with this guy, and that even this guy would remember me? I'm just blown away. So now I have my old boss's email address, and you bet I'm going to take that action and send him an email and just say, hey, heard that you're working on some cool projects, and if you need my help, I'd love to talk. Never in a million years would I have guessed that that could be a potential way for money to come in. So just a great example from the universe that and a great reminder that I don't need to worry, that everything happens for a reason, that it will all come into place, and that I don't truly have to worry about how it will all play out. So, just feels magical. And even if this, specific piece doesn't come to fruition, I feel like I got it. I got a swift kick in the head from the universe telling me, stop worrying, let go fully, and all will be well. Good stuff. See you next time.